Welcome to A&B Horror Movies. I'm Aaron, and I'm very excited to be joined today by Jamie Langlands. Jamie, welcome.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Good to be chatting with you today.
Yes, oh man, this is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to chat with you today about two of your new films, starting with The Cellar, your directorial debut.
I would like to say the Lord's Prayer of Sacrament in remembrance of his flesh and blood that he sacrificed for us. O God, the eternal Father, we ask thee in the name of thy Son, the Lord Jesus Christ, to bless and sanctify this bread to the souls of all those who partake of it, that they may eat in remembrance of the body of thy Son, Jesus Christ, and witness unto him, O God, the eternal Father, that they be willing to take upon him the name of thy Son, and always remember him, and keep his commandments that he has given them, that they may always have his Spirit to be with them. Amen.
Congratulations on this one. I've got a physical copy right here. Huge shout out to Autistic DMJ. He sent me this. And also on The R.I.P. Man, your latest film to come out. So why don't we start with The Cellar? My very first question for you, and then we'll talk about The R.I.P. Man, is what was your inspiration for The Cellar?
Mm,
Like I said, your
Yeah,
directorial debut.
yeah. I mean, it was mainly the locations because I'd worked in some of the locations
Yeah.
that the cellar was set in before, and they kind of stuck in my mind. So
Oh, yeah.
I just thought, if I'm going to make a film one day, then these locations would be so cool to make a film around these locations. So it was mainly the locations.
Mhm.
Resident Evil. I'm a big fan of Resident Evil, the PlayStation game.
Oh, for
So
sure. Yeah.
that was a big inspiration as well. Probably got maybe a little bit of Eyes Wide Shut as well. Was a bit of an
hmm
inspiration as well, I'd say. But yeah,
Hey,
those three things.
well, what I love about the cellar is the basement is terrifying. It's a very creepy, atmospheric setting that no one would want to find themselves in. So experiencing what Abigail goes through is just terrifying. Um, and that sort of leads me to my question, jumping around a little bit here. What you said you worked on it before. How did you find this setting? How did you find the basement setting, and what made you want to use it in your film, The Cellar?
Just because it is so creepy down there.
I love
It,
that. Yeah.
it's so authentic as well because it's
Mhm.
really grim and there's loads of cobwebs down there. It's really damp, moldy. It's just a really grim
Mhm.
place. It's just like perfect for like a film like this.
Absolutely. Did you have to add much to it to make it so creepy and atmospheric? Or did it
No,
just come like that out of the box?
it was just as it is. We didn't really do anything to it. It was.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't literally. I mean, I put some candles down there, but I think that was it.
Now I have to ask, is this the basement in your real house? Are you sitting above it right now? No.
Oh man, that would be cool though if it was.
It would be cool. You would pick up your phone and say, actually, now we're going to go on location and I'll show
Yeah.
you where it was filmed. I joke. And then, okay, so we have the cellar scene, and then that's sort of juxtaposed with there's a mansion. I don't want to give anything away in it. Um, I take it those two were not located near each other, and there's some movie magic that came into play. So a similar question I have then is, what was it like scouting and finding the mansion to sort of play the opposite of that dark and damp cellar?
Yeah, I mean, again, this was somewhere I worked in before as an actor. Again,
Yeah.
it just stuck with me, and I just thought, there's so much stuff. Like it was such a big place. There's so much stuff you could do in this place, and it's has that really
Mhm.
kind of gothicy feel. The colors were great in there, and it was just yeah, it was perfect. I thought for a horror film.
Absolutely. And then the colors there, it's nice because the colors are bright in the mansion.
Mm,
It's almost kind of shocking to go from the cellar and then into the mansion. Again,
yeah, but
I
yeah,
don't want to go ahead.
I was just saying like yeah, complete opposites.
Yeah.
Um, and it kind of I thought it fitted quite well, but they were complete
Oh,
opposites.
absolutely. It's almost shocking the way when you go from the cellar, the dark dampness, like I said, and then into the mansion scene. So one thing I really like about your film is that it's very thought-provoking. You don't sort of spoon feed what's happening to the audience. The audience is basically right next to the lead character, and experiencing everything that she does as it sort of unfolds. And I love that the ending, again, no spoilers, the ending is very thought-provoking. Was that always your intention from script to filming and then in post-production to create sort of I don't want to say, I guess, ambiguous in a lot of ways, that you really got to pay attention to the details and you have to think about what you are consuming as the audience here. It's not just a passive viewing of your film, I would say.
Yeah, no, I mean it is ambiguous, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the people I spoke to about this film, everyone kind of interprets it in a different way,
Hmm.
which is what I wanted really, because I didn't really want there to be a definitive end. I think some people like
Yeah.
that. They go into a film, they want start, middle, and end, and they want to watch the film, and then that's it. They have a conclusion. They can then move on with their lives. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm quite the opposite. I like watching a film where I don't know what's going on,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
especially a horror film, because that's more unnerving. It's especially
Hmm.
when it ends and it's still in your mind. It's kind of consumes you in a way. Um,
Well, exactly. I completely agree. And not only that, a film that stays with you afterward.
yeah,
I feel like The Cellar is a film that lingers for days, which I think is a sign of an excellent film. So congratulations there. And I think it's a film you could go back to as well and try it now that you sort of know what the ending holds. Again, I'm sort of not giving any spoilers away here, going back and revisiting it and sort of trying to pick up on things that you missed the first time through, I think makes for a fantastic movie. So I don't know if I have a question. I'm just giving you praise. I guess
oh,
congratulations
I mean,
on
I'll
that.
take praise. That's fine.
Excellent, excellent. Let's see, Megan, I don't know, Adara. I'm not sure how to say
Yeah,
her
yeah,
last name.
yeah,
Adara. Okay, she plays Abigail, and she's fantastic. This was like the role for her, and I know she does have a small part in the R.I.P. Man, but The Cellar is really her film.
yeah.
What was the casting process like? Have you worked with her before The Cellar? And then what was it like working with her on this film?
Yeah, I've worked with her on a couple of small little things as an actor.
Hmm.
I already knew her. I already kind of knew, but what she could do. And yeah, I thought that. I mean, she was the only person I had in mind to play the role. I didn't do like a big casting process or anything like that. It was literally just me asking her if she wanted to play the role. Basically, that was it.
Yeah,
Because I kind of knew what she could
you
do.
knew she would do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got that kind of people have said it. She's got the vulnerability,
Hmm.
but also the toughness as well. I mean, you look at her and you think this is like someone quite vulnerable, um,
Yes.
but she's got toughness to her. She's got toughness. So it was a case of
You can see half of
yeah,
her face, half her face
that's
right
off her face. So it was pretty much looking at Megan and just seeing kind of Abigail and seeing someone who is quite vulnerable in many ways, but
here.
has that toughness from what she's been through in her life, has given her that
Hmm.
toughness. And yeah, for me, it was like I can't think of anyone else better to play the role.
Agreed. And kind of like Sigourney Weaver's Ripley, the similar um, stars aligned, perfect role for her. Did it take much convincing for her to take the part, or did you say, "Hey, I've got this role. Are you in?" And you don't have to go into
I,
detail, but
no,
and she's not here to
yeah,
contradict. So,
I did have to convince her, luckily. So, you know,
Yes. Okay.
I mean, most actors, I think, would jump at once to be involved in most
Mhm.
things anyway, because actors, they want to be involved in anything creative, and they just want to have that opportunity, that stage to act.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, please tell her I think she did a fantastic job. Incredible performance for what it's worth. Let's see. So I talked about the thought-provoking ending. I read somewhere, I read a review, it may have been on IMDb, and they referred to your film as gripping and compelling, which I think is a perfect way to describe The Cellar. What is your reaction to hearing a review like that, gripping and compelling? And perhaps what other words would you use to describe your film for those who haven't seen it?
I mean, yeah, of course, it's always nice to hear positive stuff.
Of course.
Um, you got to kind of take it with a pinch of salt, I think, because obviously anything artistic is subjective. So,
Mhm.
there's going to be people out there that like this film, people that don't like the film. So, yeah, you got to take it the good and the bad with a pinch of salt, I think. So I don't get too
Of
carried
course.
away when I hear good stuff. I mean, I'd say it is, yeah, I'd say it is thought provoking,
Mhm.
ambiguous, well, of course. Um,
And stressful, but in a good way. Stressful in a
yeah,
good way.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hope it does kind of cause a bit of anxiety for people as well. Um,
Yeah, did for
make
me.
people a bit uncomfortable.
Mhm. Oh, for sure. Let's see. So I know that The Cellar did a festival run, and I understand it did fairly well with a good amount of awards. What can you say about the festivals it was in? What sort of awards did it win that you are most proud of? And what was it like having a live audience screen your film, if there were live screenings?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in shock how well it done at festivals, really, because I never expected it. It kind of surpassed everything that I thought that it would do.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it just kind of picked up momentum, and I'd submitted to obviously a bunch of film festivals on Film Freeway.
Mhm.
And like halfway through, festival organisers were then contacting me wanting to show the film. And yeah, when
Oh,
people were contacting me saying, "Oh, we want to show this film," um, then yeah, again, it's like, well, yeah, that's amazing. Like, yeah, um,
that's so cool. What was it like did you sit in the audience while while your film was showed? Did you get to
yeah. I went.
experience that? Or did you hide out in the lobby because you were too stressed?
No, I at first it was stressful, but I
Mhm.
kind of got used to it after, I don't know, like maybe the third or fourth screening.
Mhm.
Because then obviously, because well, you have to do like Q&As and stuff. But well, you
Oh,
don't have,
right.
but the Q&As as well at first were took a bit to get kind of used to speaking in front of an audience and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, no, I mean, it's amazing how just the variety of festivals it's been shown in and screens it's been shown on, because it's been shown in like drive-in cinemas, like warehouses,
Oh my
chapels.
God.
Yeah, some real nice cinemas as well. So yeah, it's been
Wow.
real good to see. I mean, a lot of them have been in America, so I haven't, like, a lot of them I obviously can go to. But yeah, the few I did go to is, yeah, it's fantastic.
Did the audience react in ways that you didn't expect? Were there scenes where that sort of invoked a reaction from the crowd that you didn't expect?
Um, I mean, there was one point when we premiered it here in England.
Mhm.
There was a point when I was kind of sitting in the back, next to someone. I didn't really know them, but I was sat next to this woman, and there's one point she actually jumped out of her seat, literally. I thought, wow, this is amazing. I mean, that was probably the best reaction from it.
That's That's fantastic. It must have been a good feeling though in the moment. Did you ask her if she was okay, if she needed to step out for a moment? I'm kidding.
No, I did not. No, I just carried on walking.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. So, a couple more questions about The Cellar. How can people watch The Cellar? I mean, obviously, I have a physical copy here, but I don't think this is readily available at the moment. But I know it is streaming. I'll let you answer my question. How can
It's
folks watch The
in
Cellar?
America at the moment. It's on Amazon.
Mhm.
I think it's going on to some other platforms on the 4th of November. So probably like Google Play, maybe, or Apple.
Excellent.
I don't know exactly, but probably those kind of streaming platforms.
Very
I mean,
exciting.
you can buy it on DVD from
Oh,
stores across Europe.
okay.
I think it's
So
region.
if you're in Europe, I wonder if this is region. I have a region free player, so I don't even
That
think about that.
that one is the ones we did as a company.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're all region free. Those ones.
And these were at festivals, right? Festival circuits here. Is that
Yeah, we did take some to some festivals.
okay?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
there's
So,
a
well,
region 2 DVD out there across Europe as well. So there's two versions, R1 and another one that the distributor kind of put out
okay,
there.
awesome. Well, by the time this airs, it sounds like The Cellar will be streaming on multiple platforms. So if you are watching, you can watch The Cellar in many ways. So if you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. I like to ask directors if you could describe your film using other films like Alien meets Predator. What films come to mind for The Cellar?
Ooh, tricky on that. Tricky on.
Or elements of film like there's some Silence of the Lambs elements in there.
Um,
The Cell.
the Cell, maybe. Heretic.
Oh yeah, the new yes.
Yeah, Heretic.
Yeah, that's good.
Um, I'm trying to think of other kind of religious type cult
Mhm.
films out there. Captivity, is that maybe a bit?
Yeah, that's a good one too. So maybe The Cell, Heretic, and Captivity. A little bit of Hereditary too, in the way that it's sort of the psychological elements that come into play with your film.
Oh, well, that is, I mean, that's the biggest praise you could ever give because I love that film.
Oh, there you go. And I didn't even know that. So
Yeah.
excellent. Well done, man. Um, so okay, lastly, like I said, The Cellar. If you haven't watched it, check it out. I do want to ask you a few questions about R.I.P. Man.
One was found at the crime scene. The young girl's face looked like it'd been put in a blender.
Just wish this year would fly by.
Hey, don't worry about your birthday. I already sorted it. The last 2 weeks they've been a living nightmare for me.
My adopted son's name is Alden Pick. He has a rare oral disease called anodontia. He had a love for Middle Italy. There was a clan there that also had no teeth. But the leader, they would remove the teeth from their victims and then execute in the most barbaric fashion. Alden is obsessed with the Dante's clan.
I think it's fantastic. You have created a new indie horror villain, and I hope we get to see more of him. So for those who are watching and you have no idea what I'm talking about, the R.I.P. man is basically a serial killer who takes the teeth of his victims, or at least one tooth from his victims, because he has a very unusual condition. And I'm going to leave it at that. It's basically a group of college students that are stalked by this villain, and things don't end well for most of them. And there's also an underlying secret that comes to light throughout the film. Again, no spoilers. So, Jamie, congratulations on the R.I.P. man. I had so much fun with it. Fantastic cast. I guess a similar question for you for this one is, what was the inspiration for R.I.P. man? Did you ever have someone trying to yank your teeth out?
Well, it's other than the dentist.
Other than the dentist, yes. That's my trade, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this came from Rhys Thompson, the writer, really.
That's right, yes. And it's based on a short film, correct, to start with?
We done it as a short film
Mhm.
first, and then we wanted to get some momentum to make it into a feature film. And we kind of used a short film to get funding to make the feature film.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, it came from it was his ideas, from his mind. And then he sent me the screenplay that he'd wrote. And then I kind of said, we need to adapt this because it was like, I don't know, it's like 200 pages long or something. So I said, I mean, it was a hell of a ambitious project, really, because, yeah, we adapted the script to bring it down a little bit. And it was set in Idaho in America. So obviously we set it in England in the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
and
wonder if that would have changed the film in any way. Maybe not, but yeah. Interesting.
We had to cut a lot of the original screenplay out just to fit it into an hour-and-a-half film. But yeah, he sent it to me. We worked on the script together. We kind of adapted it, and we just sort of like took it from there step by step. Because straight away it was an ambitious project to do with such little money. But we made it work. I think we done quite well with it, really, with the budget we had. And that's coming out the 5th of January in the UK and US.
Yeah.
Um,
So good. I can't wait for horror fans to see it. My God, I think, well, like I said, I hope we're going to see more of the R.I.P. man. I think there's something very special about him. And Owen Llewelyn is the actor, is that right? Who plays
yeah.
the R.I.P. man? Oh my God, he's brilliant in that role. Scary. Yikes, I'm speechless. He's such a legendary villain. So I guess my question then is, what was it like creating at what point did you know we've created something special here, that the R.I.P. man could become a legendary villain? And what do you think is so appealing about the R.I.P. man? Plus, I love saying his name.
Well, when I first just saw the image from the from the book cover, from that point, I thought this could be we could make this into maybe an iconic horror villain, possibly.
Maybe. Fingers crossed, man. You have my support. It's so good. It's so good. I loved it. I've only seen it once, but it's fantastic. So I mentioned Owen Llewelyn. What was it like working with him, and how did he get cast for the part of the R.I.P. man?
Well, again, straight away when I saw the image,
You saw the image, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the cartoon image of the book screenplay that Rhys sent me. And then, Owen popped into my head straight away. I thought, Owen could play this role. He's got the look. And I've worked with, again, Owen before on some stuff. He's worked as a scare actor in the London Dungeons. So he had that experience already.
I've been to the London Dungeon. That's amazing.
Maybe you saw Owen there.
Maybe I've seen him. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. It was like a year and a half ago. I don't know when he was employed there.
Maybe he worked at that point. I don't know when he left, but who knows?
I'm supposed to talk with him in a few weeks, so I will ask him about that. That's funny.
Yeah, no, do.
I cut you off. Keep going. I don't know if you had
No,
anything more to add there.
he was the obvious choice. So I reached out to him and said, "Do you want to play this role?" Sent him the book cover, and yeah, he was on board straight away. And
Mm.
yeah, no, he's done a great job. Done a great job. He was really into the role. He's really up for it, and he's
Oh, you can
excited.
tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what we were just saying about the seller. He's perfect for this. And when he steps into the shoes of the R.I.P. man, oh my God. I also want to ask, does he have all his teeth? Or is that movie magic? I'm joking. I'm sure he does. Um, all right. I also want to talk a little bit about the casting. So we've got Maximus Poling, Jasmine Keene, and Bruno Cryan. What was it like working with all of them and signing them on to be in the R.I.P. Man?
Yeah, I think with the R.I.P. man, probably the one of the most proudest things for me of making this film was the casting. Because
That's good.
I think we got the casting really spot on
Mhm.
with characters. The way we cast it is, I sent because this the six, that group of friends. I'd never worked with any of them before, so we put a casting out, and then we got a whole bunch of applicants
Mhm.
back for that. And then me and Reese decided to meet the actors that we kind of whittled down in a pub, and just
Oh,
have a
cool.
drink with. So we met all of them together. That all that group, apart from Max, the other,
Okay.
well, four of the others we met at a pub, and we just wanted to see how these people are as people,
I
and
love that.
how they worked together, how they looked together. I wanted to do a very authentic casting process and
Mhm.
cast, the people who they actually were as people, rather than getting them to act the role. We just wanted them to be the role,
Yeah.
like how most castings should be, really, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So we
You want
done
it
that.
to feel natural, right? And I think that you do get that sense with them, like they're friends in real life, let's say. Um,
Yeah.
and I love that you met them in a pub. Did you take them to like a rock band too and make them go out on the dance floor? I'm
No,
joking because
that would have been
there's a
good.
scene in the in the movie like that.
That would have been good. Yeah.
Try to talk when it's really loud in here. Um, so I don't want to spend too much time on the R.I.P. man because I know it's not out yet, and perhaps I could have you on in the future when it does come out to talk more about it. Similar to what I asked you about the Cellar, are there films that come to mind, like like I said, Alien meets Predator, when thinking about the R.I.P. man? Maybe this is a little easier because it's sort of more of a slasher format in some ways.
Yeah. So Scream would come to mind
Mhm.
with the R.I.P. man, and a little bit of Silence of the Lambs, especially with what I've got planned,
Yes,
for the sequel, the R.I.P. Man 2, which we're crowdfunding for.
amazing.
Um, that would probably go more into the Silence of the Lambs kind of feel to it. But the first one, probably Scream, I'd say.
Very cool. And I love that there's a sequel coming. I was going to ask you that, so you got ahead of me. Um, Crowdfunding campaign. At this point, will a sequel definitely happen, or is it too soon to say?
I mean, I don't want to say definitely.
But
Um,
likely.
yeah, I mean, likely. It is likely
Okay.
to. Absolutely. You just got to keep on, you know, plugging away.
Keep
Yeah,
it
yeah,
plugging away. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Well, keep me updated. And I do want to throw in Terrifier because I think Art the Clown, the R.I.P. man, if you go back to the origins of Art the Clown, I think, like I said, I think you could be on to something with the R.I.P. man. So I hope we do see more of him.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. If it
keep
gets up to Art the
keep
Clown
it
level,
going.
that would be amazing. Yeah.
Yes, that would be awesome. And if it does, I hope you'd still chat with me. Um,
Oh, of
I'm kidding.
course.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So speaking, this is kind of a fun question. Well, maybe with the seller and the R.I.P. man, what frightens you the most in real life, and how do you channel that into directing your films?
Oh, crikey. I think what frightens me is just that fear of the unknown,
Mhm.
of not having
Mhm.
control,
Yeah,
of,
absolutely.
of being vulnerable. And that kind of goes back to the cellar, I think. That whole
Hmm.
vulnerability of the character, the not knowing, um, the uncertainty is
It's
what,
terrifying. And being
yeah.
trapped, right?
Oh, yeah, the claustrophobic feel of being trapped, absolutely.
Mhm. And who isn't afraid of creepy basements? So
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go. I think you've touched on fears of many people right there. Um, okay, so I mentioned that I like to do a this or that segment at the very end, but before we do that, I have to ask, I know you played Gage in Piglet, Andrea Catanella's latest thriller slasher. I did get a chance to chat with him earlier this year. So I just want to ask you, what was it like working on Piglet and also working with Andrea on his wildly fun film?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the opening scene of that film, so I was only there
Yes.
for
Oh, but
one.
still, right.
Yeah, it was one afternoon going into the evening. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it was fun. It's quite a tough one because it was cold. Um,
Mm.
I think I mean, I got a lot of respect for actors that act in horror films because they usually go through a hell of a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, But yeah, I mean, Jagged
Cool.
Edge. Well, I've worked with Jagged Edge like quite a few times now. Their
Hmm.
shoots. The good thing with their shoots, from an actor's point of view, is very quick. There's not too much hanging around. You just sort of get in, do the
Oh,
scene, and guys, so it's very, very quick. Not many takes. It's just bam, 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 go, 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 kind of thing.
and then
Um,
you're done.
yeah, I kind of like that because obviously I don't like as an actor you do spend a lot of time just waiting around, hanging around, which I
Hmm.
understand why, of course. Um, but I suppose that's a good thing with working with Andrea and that company
The whole
is
cast. Yeah.
it's very quick. And the DOP they have there is great. The DOP he works magic. So the DOP on that was Vince, and yeah, he's a good DOP.
Awesome. The movie's a blast. I had a lot of fun with it, and it's fantastic that you're a part of it, even if not for a huge role. And that actually leads me to one more question that I wanted to ask. So you've been acting for 20 plus years. Now that you're starting to move into, I guess, more directorial roles, but also acting in your films, what do you prefer at this point? Do you have a preference for acting or directing, or do you like wearing multiple hats like you have with your recent films?
Yeah, I mean, I like the variety of it really.
Mm,
I mean, I think acting is probably a little bit more fun.
yeah,
Um,
get to be someone else. Yeah,
yeah, you get that whole kind of you can play around with the character and stuff.
right, right.
Directing is a lot more rewarding though. A lot more
Mm,
rewarding, really
mm.
is. You've got that control over the project, the whole thing. You see it from start to finish. You're always there. It's like you're the first one there in the day, you're the last one to leave on wrap. Um,
And
so
it's like your baby, right? In
yeah,
many ways.
exactly. You see
Yeah.
everything that goes on. So the reward is a lot greater, than an actor. But
Yeah,
it's a
I
lot.
love that.
It's a lot more stressful though. It's a lot more stressful, but a lot more rewarding. With directing, but acting
True.
is more fun, and you can have more of a laugh on set. Really.
Well, based on what you're telling me, it sounds like you're going to be doing more directing and more acting, which is awesome to hear. So, in addition to the R.I.P. Man 2, are there other projects coming up that you can speak to, if you
Yes,
can?
I'm co-producing a film called Goliath, which is a found footage horror film that we
Hell
start
yeah.
shooting next month. We start shooting,
Very
and
cool.
it's the director is the guy that edited the R.I.P. Man and also edited The Cellar. So he's directing a film, and I'm co-producing it with him.
Awesome.
Also acting in it as well a little bit, and yeah, we start shooting
Cool.
that next month.
And it's called Goliath.
Or
Nice. Well,
Goliath. It is a
Goliath.
Hebrew word. Um,
Oh,
I can't remember exactly what it means, but it's something to do with evil, um, or something like that. But I can't remember
it
exactly what.
sounds it sounds evil. Well, let me just say that that sounds very exciting, and keep me updated. I'd love to have you on, and perhaps the director when it
Oh
does
yeah,
come out. That would be a lot
wicked.
of fun. I do love found footage films. Um, okay, actually, I have one more question, if you don't mind. I know you worked with Landis, who did the An American Werewolf in London.
Oh yeah,
What was it like working with him?
yeah. He's a very hands-on director. That guy. He literally because obviously I worked with him on Bergen Hair, which was a big studio,
Oh yeah, yeah, sure.
and he was kind of doing a lot of stuff there. He was directing the film, but he was also sorting out people's costumes. He was set dressing. So yeah, he was very involved with the whole production, which you don't see much from big name directors, from my experience at least.
That's amazing though, just to be able to have had that experience to work with him because
Yeah,
he's legendary, right? Going all the way
no,
back to An American Werewolf in London, one of my favorites. Um, okay, I promise I don't have any more questions for you at the moment. So let's jump right into the this or that segment. Like I said, it's kind of fun, and most usually it's kind of fun. I ask you two things. There's no right or wrong answer in most cases, and just go with your gut. So I'll leave it at that. The first question I have for you is The Exorcist from 1972 or
yeah,
Psycho from 1960?
yeah, Exorcist.
Yeah, they're both so good, but I don't know. I guess I'm sure I would go with The Exorcist too. Good choice. Okay, some legendary villains here. Freddy Krueger or Ghostface? Some
Freddy
Wes
Krueger.
Craven
Freddy
villains.
Krueger.
I'd definitely do that too. I mean, Ghostface is iconic, but it's a different Ghostface every movie,
That's
right?
what I did. Exactly.
So
That's
it's
what I did.
not really Ghostface. It's
I
kind of
know.
like Friday the 13th Part 5 when it's not really Jason, but you have that in every screen. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see, Night of the Living Dead from 1968 or Night of the Living Dead, the remake from 1990.
Probably the original.
Yeah, I do love the remake though, but yeah. Um, okay, fair enough. Two kind of sci-fi films here, Cube from I think 95 or Identity, the split personality film.
Oh, I love Identity. So definitely
So
Identity.
good.
I don't think I've seen Cube, to be honest with you. So it has
Oh,
to be Identity.
Cube is fantastic. They wake up inside. Are you familiar with the film? It's like they wake up inside the Hellraiser box,
Oh
but
my God. I've
they
got to
don't know
see
why
it.
they're there. Oh my
Okay.
God, it's so
Got to
good.
see
They
it.
don't know why they're there. It's fantastic. It is a 90s film. I can't remember the exact year, but definitely check it out. So if you don't have
Oh,
any plans tonight, I would say watch Cube. Um,
yeah, I will
okay, here
definitely.
we go. Um, okay, what kind of horror movies do you like here? A haunted house horror movie or a serial killer horror movie?
Ooh, serial killer.
Yeah. Kind of depends on the mood though, right? Like, am I feeling like a Silence of the Lambs or an Amityville horror tonight? So yeah, that's a tough one, but I feel you. I'm on the same wavelength with you. Okay, this is kind of fun. Would you want to spend a weekend at the Bates Motel or at the Overlook Hotel?
Oh, I think the Bates Hotel, just because it's so legendary.
Yeah. Plus Norman Bates is dead, so he's not coming after you. The
Yeah.
Overlook Hotel, all those ghosts are still there, including Jack Torrance. Um, okay, more films here. The Conjuring or Insidious? Modern
Oh,
modern horrors.
yeah, that's a tough one. Oh, The Conjuring.
Yeah, I'd probably do that too. I do
Yeah.
love them both, but yeah. Um, okay, so the Christmas horror season isn't that far away. So my question here is Black Christmas from 1974 or Silent Night, Deadly Night from 1984, 10 years later.
Oh, I haven't seen the 74 one.
Oh, It's my
So I'm gonna,
favorite Christmas horror movie, but yeah, okay.
it's gonna have to be, yeah, it's gonna have to be the second choice.
Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting a remake of that. It's coming out this year. Um, in
Oh,
December,
okay.
I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
know that.
You should definitely watch Black Christmas, the 1974 Bob Clark. The Bob Clark who did A Christmas Story did Black Christmas, which is very unlikely um,
No.
pairing
Well,
of
that's
films.
two films I've got to watch now.
I'm adding it to your list. Yes. Okay. So back to speaking of Christmas horrors or summer camp slashers.
I'd go summer camp slashes, I think.
You know, like the sleepaway camp horrors. Yeah, that's hard. I mean, I guess it depends on the time of year. Okay, here we go. Some haunted house films. We got Poltergeist, the classic from 1982, or Amityville Horror from 1979.
Poltergeist.
Scariest clown ever, I think.
Mm.
Um, all right, two more. Speaking of clowns, Art the Clown or Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I mean, for me, I don't like Terrifier that much, to be honest with you.
So
Uh,
yeah, so Killer Clowns then.
would be Killer Clowns, yeah.
Killer Clowns. Okay, okay. Awesome pick there. Let's see, last one, the Halloween franchise, so all the films, or the Friday the 13th franchise, all of the Friday the 13th films.
Well, that is a tough one, that one. Um, it's a difficult one. I mean, I like the fact that the Friday the 13th, the franchise, it's not really rebooted as much.
Mhm.
I think there is like one reboot in there from Friday the
The
13th.
remake, yeah. Yeah, that's
Mm.
true.
Halloween's got like three different reboots. So
Timelines.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tricky one. I mean, I like Halloween more, I think, as a film.
Yeah.
Um, I'll go Halloween. I'll go Halloween.
I would too. Halloween's my favorite film, but I think Friday the 13th would be second for me if I had to choose my favorite
Mm.
horror franchises. So I get it. Let's see. Well, Jamie, this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for playing along with my this or that segment. Yeah, congratulations on The Cellar and the R.I.P. Man. I can't wait to hear about all of your new projects. I hope we do get the sequel to the R.I.P. Man. So fingers crossed on that. My very last question for you is how can folks find you on social media if you want to be found?
So the best place is probably Instagram, I reckon.
Okay.
JD Langlands. So that is the best place to find me.
Sweet.
The Cellar's on there as well as a separate one, and the R.I.P. Man is also on there as a separate one.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, let's see. If you are watching, like and subscribe because it helps my channel. And Jamie, one last time, thank you so much for chatting with me today, and congratulations on your films.
Thank you, man. I mean, you are probably the most legendary horror podcaster there is, I reckon, out there at the
Oh
minute.
man, you're
Yeah.
too kind. Thank you for that. You made my day. Make me blush a little
Good,
bit.
good, good.
All right. Thanks, man. Bye, everyone.